Welcome back to the channel, coin lovers and treasure hunters. You're not going to believe what we're talking about today. Imagine holding a single penny, just one little copper-colored coin that looks like any other 1-cent piece from your pocket, but it could be worth hundreds of dollars. That's right. In this video, we are diving deep into the story of the 1989 D Lincoln cent. It's a common coin with an uncommon secret, and some collectors are paying over $442 for just one of these. Make sure to watch this video till the very end because we'll show you how to identify valuable versions of this coin, the hidden features that make it so desirable, and how much it could be worth in today's coin market. First things first, let's go back in time and take a closer look at this seemingly ordinary coin. The 1989 D Lincoln cent was minted in Denver as shown by the small D mint mark just below the date. It was part of the Lincoln Memorial Cent series, which began in 1959 and continued until 2008. This particular coin still features the familiar portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse or front side, which was designed by Victor David Brenner and has become one of the most iconic images in American coinage history. On the reverse side, we see the Lincoln Memorial, a design that replaced the original wheat ears found on pennies from 1909 to 1958. The reverse was created by Frank Gasparo, the chief engraver of the United States Mint at the time. In 1989 alone, the Denver Mint struck almost 5.3 billion of these pennies. Yes, that's billion with a B. So why on earth would a penny from that year be worth more than $400? What could make one coin stand out among 5 billion? Well, get ready because the answer lies in some very specific and rare details. The truth is, most 1989 D pennies are only worth 1 cent. They're extremely common, and unless something is truly special about one, it's just pocket change. But here's the twist. Certain errors, minting anomalies, and condition grades can make this coin incredibly valuable to collectors. Let's break this minting error. Sometimes during the minting process, something goes wrong. It could be a double strike, an off-center strike, a die crack, or even a planchet error. If you have a 1989 D penny with a visible error, it could be worth anywhere from a few dollars to several hundred, depending on the severity and rarity of the error. For example, there have been known double die obverse versions of this coin. That means the die that strikes the front of the coin has a slight duplication, and if your coin has this, it's extremely valuable. You may notice doubling in the words "I in God we trust," "Liberty," or the date. These coins are rare but very real. High-grade condition matters a lot. If you've got a 1989 D penny that's in pristine, untouched, mint state condition, it can bring in serious money. We're talking coins graded MS-66 or higher by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC. Now, what does MS-66 mean? It's part of the Sheldon scale, which goes from 1 to 70, with 70 being a perfect coin. Coins graded MS-66 and above are almost flawless, very few marks, great luster, perfect strike. Believe it or not, a 1989 D Lincoln cent graded MS-67 red sold for $442 at auction. That's a penny that someone literally found, submitted for grading, and turned into over $400. That's why it pays to check your change carefully. So what do you need to look for? Mint mark. Check for that small D underneath the date. That means it was struck in Denver. This is what makes it a 1989 D penny. Color and luster red pennies are the most valuable. Over time, copper coins turn brown, but if your coin still has a bright red tone, it has not been exposed to oxygen or moisture for long. That's a good sign. Collectors love red coins, especially in high grade. Number 3. No scratches, no fingerprints, no wear. Hold the coin under good lighting and look for any signs of circulation. Even tiny dings or smudges can drop the grade significantly. The cleaner it is, the better. Number 4. Errors and doubling. Use a magnifying glass or a coin loop. Look closely at the lettering, especially on the obverse. Doubling in the text or date is a big red flag for value, in a good way. So let's talk numbers. You came here for value, and here's what's happening in the market right now. A regular 1989 D penny in circulated condition is worth 1 cent. It's common and has no premium, but here's the real deal. A certified MS-65 red coin can sell for $25 to $40, and MS-66 red might go for $60 to $100, and the top grades like MS-67 red have sold for $442 or more. Auction prices fluctuate based on demand, population, and grading. The fewer coins available at a high grade, the more someone is willing to pay for them. Collectors want the best, and they're willing to pay top dollar for it.so. If you're sitting on a collection or even just a jar of pennies from your drawer or garage, you might want to take a closer look. That ordinary-looking 1989 D penny might be your ticket to a nice little payday. Now, what do you do if you think you've got a valuable coin? First, don't clean it. Never clean coins, it lowers their value. Collectors want coins in their original condition even if they're dirty or tarnished. Second, consider submitting your coin to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. Graded coins bring in the highest prices because they've been authenticated and sealed. Third, research. Go on auction sites like eBay, Heritage Auctions, or Great Collections and search for 1989 D Lincoln Cent MS67 to see what others are selling for. Finally, be patient and informed. Coins can take time to sell, but if you've got a high-quality specimen, the right buyer will find you. So there you have it, the amazing story of the 1989 D Lincoln Cent. It's more than just a penny. It's history, it's artistry, and for the lucky few who find the right one, it's a valuable piece of treasure hiding in plain sight. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and tap the notification bell so you don't miss our next episode on rare coins and hidden gems in your pocket change. Drop a comment below if you've ever found a valuable coin or if you want us to cover another rare penny. Who knows, your story might be featured in our next video. Thanks for watching, and remember, sometimes the smallest things can be worth the most. See you in the next video. Let me know if you'd like a shorter version for TikTok or Instagram Reels, or if you'd like background music and voiceover script format in. Today? That's right. One little coin, minted in 1986, could fetch you up to $442 or possibly even more if you know what to look for. Stick around, because in this video we are diving deep into one of the most intriguing modern treasures hidden in plain sight, the 1986 ultra-rare Lincoln penny from the United States. Whether you're a coin collector, a treasure hunter, or just curious if that jar of spare change sitting on your shelf might hold a small fortune, this video is for you. Let's take it back to 1986, the year this fascinating penny was minted. It was a time of reaganomics, neon fashion, and classic movies, but in the world of numismatics, 1986 was the year a few incredibly unique pennies rolled out of the U.S. Mint. The Lincoln Cent. First introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth, had already been in circulation for decades. By 1986, the reverse still featured the Lincoln Memorial, a design by Frank Gasparo that had been used since 1959. These pennies were no longer made entirely of copper as they had been in earlier decades. Due to rising metal costs, by 1982, the U.S. Mint had switched to a composition of 97.5% zinc with a thin 2.5% copper coating. This change made the coins cheaper to produce, but also introduced a number of striking errors and variations that would later turn some of these humble cents into highly prized collector's items. So why exactly is the 1986 penny so valuable? Well, here's where it gets exciting. Among the millions of Lincoln cents struck in 1986, a tiny number of them display ultra-rare features. Some of these include double dies, off-center strikes, and even transitional errors, mistakes made when the mint was switching materials or dies. But the crown jewel of them all, and the one that has the collecting world buzzing, is the 1986 Ultra Lincoln Cent. This isn't just any ordinary penny. These are coins struck with exceptional clarity, rare die characteristics, or unique mint errors that make them stand out under a microscope and in the marketplace. The most famous 1986 penny variant was recently sold for a jaw-dropping $442, and that's not even in mint state. Coins in better condition, with more desirable characteristics, could go even higher depending on the market demand and rarity. Now you're probably wondering, how can I tell if I have one of these valuable coins? Let's break it down. First, look at the date. You want a penny that clearly reads 1986. Check the condition. Collectors look for coins with minimal wear, clear details, and original luster. If it looks shiny, even better. Then look for possible mint marks. The letter D indicates it was minted in Denver, while no mint mark means it came from Philadelphia. Some of the more valuable 1986 cents are those with no mint mark but struck in proof-like quality, which is unusual for circulation coins. Use a magnifying glass or a loupe to look closely at Lincoln's profile, the lettering, and especially the date. If you see any signs of doubling, like the numbers appearing slightly offset or blurred, you might have a double die error, and that's big money. Also look at the edges and overall alignment. An off-center strike or an unusually thick rim can also boost the value dramatically. Let's talk money. According to recent online auctions, some 1986 Lincoln cents with minor but collectible errors have sold between $50 to $150. But the rarest examples, those with double die obverse, perfect condition, or strange mint errors, have broken past $400, with some experts predicting future sales hitting $1,000 as the market heats up. Collectors are willing to pay top dollar, especially as high-grade coins disappear into private collections and become harder to find. Graded coins, that is, coins certified by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC, always command more value. A 1986 penny graded MS66 or higher is already highly sought after. And if yours is even better, you're holding onto a small treasure. Now, if you think you have a rare 1986 penny, what should you do? First, handle it carefully. Avoid touching the coin's surface with your bare fingers, use gloves or hold it by the edges. Store it in a coin flip or a soft cloth pouch. Then get it professionally appraised or submit it to a grading service. Even though it may cost a bit, it can increase your coin's value by hundreds. And when you're ready to sell, check trusted auction sites, coin dealers, or numismatic forums. But beware of scams. A real collector will recognize the value and be willing to pay a fair price. The 1986 Lincoln penny may seem like just another coin, but to the trained eye it could be worth a small fortune. It's proof that history, rarity, and curiosity can turn pocket change into a prized possession. So what are you waiting for? Go check your piggy banks, your old coin jars, the cushions of your couch, who knows? That 1 cent could be your lucky penny worth $4.42 or more. If you enjoyed this video, smash that like button, subscribe for more awesome coin facts, and comment below if you've ever found a rare coin in your collection. Do you think you might have the 1986 Ultra Penny? Let's find out together. Thanks for watching, and remember, sometimes the smallest things in life can be worth the most. Let me know if you'd like the script translated into Hindi or adapted for a shorts version, or if you need thumbnail ideas or SEO-optimized title and description. Today, we're diving into the mysterious and valuable world of the 1990 Lincoln 1-cent penny. Believe it or not, some versions of the small copper coin can be worth hundreds, even over $442 or more in today's coin market. So make sure to watch this video till the end. Because we're not just talking about how much this coin is worth. We're uncovering the history, the rarity, the errors, and most importantly, what to look for in your own pocket change or coin jar that might make you a small fortune. Grab a seat, maybe even a magnifying glass. And let's jump into the fascinating story of the 1990 ultra-rare Lincoln penny. Let's rewind the clock to 1990. The United States Mint was still striking the Lincoln cent, which had been in continuous production since 1909. That's over 80 years of history by that point. The design featured the iconic portrait of President Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner, and had become one of the most recognized coins in the world. But in 1982, just a few years earlier, the mint changed something big: the composition of the penny. It went from 95% copper to a zinc core with a thin copper coating. Why? Because copper prices were rising and it simply became too expensive to keep producing pennies using mostly copper. So by 1990, the standard penny was being made from 97.5% zinc and just 2.5% copper, even though the design looked the same to the naked eye. There were important details that make some 1990 pennies far more valuable than others. Here's where things get exciting. In 1990, the mint struck billions of pennies across its facilities: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Now here's the twist. In 1990, the Philadelphia Mint did not use a mint mark, which is normal. The Denver Mint used a D mint mark and the San Francisco Mint used an S mint mark, mostly for proof coins, those beautifully polished, mirror-like coins that are made for collectors. Now get this. A small number of 1990 pennies were mistakenly struck at the San Francisco Mint using the wrong die, a die that did not include the usual S mint mark. This created the famous 1990 No S proof Lincoln cent, one of the most desirable modern coins ever released by the U.S. Mint. Even though it's a proof coin, without the S mark, it looks just like a regular Philadelphia struck cent. But here's the difference: it's a proof with no S, and that error makes it extremely rare. Only a few hundred of these are known to exist. They were likely packaged into proof sets and accidentally released to the public before the mistake was caught. Today, collectors around the world are hunting for these 1990 NOS Lincoln proof cents. Here's the part that might just blow your mind. If you're lucky enough to find a 1990 NOS proof Lincoln cent, you could be sitting on a small fortune. These coins have sold for $3,500 to $4,500 in top condition. Ones sold for over $20,000 at auction. Even average examples can fetch between $400 and $1,000 depending on demand and condition. Recently, collectors have been snapping them up for around $442 and climbing due to increased demand in the coin collecting community. Let's repeat that. A 1-cent coin worth over $400 or even thousands. Yes, absolutely. But the trick is knowing exactly what to look for. You're probably asking, how do I know if I have one? Great question. First, check your proof sets from 1990. These sets come in official US mint cases and usually contain mirror-like coins in pristine condition. Look for the Lincoln penny in the set and check just below the date. Normally, a 1990 San Francisco proof penny should have a small S mint mark below the date. If the mint mark is missing and it's a proof quality coin, you might just be holding the legendary NOS 1990 proof cent. To be 100% sure, you should examine the coin under magnification. Check the sharpness and contrast of the coin. Proof coins have mirror backgrounds and frosted details. Look for signs of a proof strike without the S mint mark. If in doubt, have it authenticated by a major coin grading company like PCGS or NGC. If it's verified, congratulations, you're holding a super rare piece of American numismatic history. Besides the famous NOS proof, there are other 1990 penny varieties that can be valuable. Always check for double die obverse. Look for doubling in the letters Liberty or the date off-center strikes, where part of the design is missing. Die cracks or cuds, raised lines or blobs caused by worn-out dies struck on wrong planchet. If the penny was accidentally struck on a dime or foreign coin blank, some of these errors, especially dramatic ones, can be worth hundreds of dollars or more depending on condition and rarity. Now let's talk market trends. Coin collecting has exploded in popularity in recent years. Thanks to social media, YouTube, TikTok, and forums, more people than ever are learning how to spot rare coins. And guess what? That's driving up demand and prices for rare finds like the 1990 NOS Lincoln penny. As more people search their change and go through old proof sets, fewer of these coins remain hidden. But the fewer that are found, the more valuable the ones in circulation become. So if you find one now and hold onto it, or even better, get it graded and slabbed by PCGS or NGC, your investment could appreciate even more in the next few years. If you're new to coin collecting, here are some tips. Check your change daily. Go through old coin jars, proof sets, or inherited coin collections. Invest in a good magnifying glass or digital microscope. Study coin grading and learn to identify proof coins. Join online coin forums or social media groups to stay updated. And of course, subscribe to this channel for more incredible coin finds, collecting tips, and hidden treasures you can discover in everyday life. So there you have it. The story of the 1991 cent Lincoln penny that could be worth over $442 or more. Whether it's the legendary NOS proof or another rare error coin, the lesson is clear. Check your coins. Know what to look for. You might be sitting on a small fortune without even realizing it. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the 1990 Lincoln cent, give this video a thumbs up, share it with fellow collectors, and drop a comment below if you've ever found a rare penny or want me to cover another coin in a future video. Until next time, keep hunting, stay curious, and remember, treasure might be hiding in your pocket change. Thanks for watching. Would you like me to turn this into a video format, thumbnail idea, or description and tags too? Today, we're diving deep into the fascinating world of American coinage, and this time, we're focusing on something that's hiding in plain sight. It's in your drawers. It's in your change jar. It might even be in your pocket right now. But don't let its humble look fool you. This little copper-colored coin could be worth a whole lot more than just 1 cent. That's right, today we're talking about the 1991 Lincoln penny, and more specifically, a version of it so rare and unique that collectors are dishing out up to $442 or even more for a single piece. Stay with me. Because this isn't just about a coin, it's about history, mystery, and the thrill of finding hidden value in the most unexpected places. Let's uncover the story behind the 1991 ultra-rare Lincoln penny that could be worth hundreds of dollars or more today. Let's start at the beginning. The Lincoln cent has been part of American currency since 1909. It was introduced to celebrate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth and was the first U.S. coin to feature a real historical figure rather than a symbolic image like Lady Liberty. The design by Victor David Brenner featured Lincoln's bust on the obverse, and over time, the reverse has seen several changes. From wheat ears to the Lincoln Memorial to the Union Shield we know today, the Lincoln cent has evolved. But its significance remains unchanged. It's the most collected coin in U.S. history. But in 1991, something happened that makes some of those pennies incredibly special. The 1991 penny, common yet special. In 1991, the U.S. Mint produced billions of Lincoln cents. Over 5.1 billion were struck at the Philadelphia Mint alone, and over 4.2 billion at the Denver Mint. At first glance, the 1991 penny looks just like any other, a simple copper-plated zinc coin weighing about 2.5 grams with Abraham Lincoln's profile facing right, the words "In God We Trust" above his head, "Liberty" on the left, and the date on the right. But not all 1991 pennies are created equal. Rare variants, why some are worth hundreds. Among these billions of coins, a tiny fraction of them were struck with unusual characteristics, whether it's a proof coin accidentally released into circulation, a coin struck with the wrong die, or one with a minting error so strange that it turns an ordinary penny into a treasure. Here's where it gets juicy. There are ultra-rare 1991 Lincoln cents that collectors are going crazy for. Some examples have double dies, off-center strikes, broad strikes, or misaligned dies. But the real crown jewel is the 1991 close AM penny, a version where the letters A and M in America on the reverse are unusually close together, a style meant only for proof coins. And guess what? One of these was found in circulation. The close AM and proof strike mystery, 5:22 in normal 1991 business strike coins, the A and M in America are supposed to be clearly spaced apart, what collectors call a wide AM. But if you happen to find a coin where those letters are almost touching, that's a sign it might have been struck with a proof reverse, an error that makes it extremely valuable. These close AM varieties are not supposed to exist for 1991 regular coins, which makes them even more fascinating. It's a minting mistake that only trained eyes will notice. And for those who do, the reward could be a $442 payday or possibly more depending on the coin's condition and grading. Gemstone: how to identify a valuable 1991 penny, 6:48. Let's break this down. If you've got a 1991 penny and you want to know if it's one of the rare ones, here's what you need to do. Check the reverse of the coin, look at the word America. Focus on the A and the M. Are they touching or extremely close together? That could be the close AM version. Jackpot. Inspect for double dies, look closely at Lincoln's eyes, the date, or the letters. If you see slight doubling, especially under magnification, it could be a double die error, and collectors will pay top dollar for those. Look for mint marks and their style. The D for Denver or absence of a mint mark, Philadelphia, matters. Proof coins struck at San Francisco sometimes slip into circulation. These are not supposed to be released, and when they are, they're incredibly valuable. Get it graded. If you suspect you have a rare version, send it in to a trusted coin grading service like PCGS or NGC. A high grade, like MS65 or above, can dramatically increase its value. Current market value, 8:12. So how much is a 1991 Lincoln penny really worth? Well, that depends. A regular 1991 penny in circulated condition is worth just about face value, 1 cent. But if it's uncirculated or in mint state, it could go for 10 to 50 cents. Still not bad, right? Now here's where it gets interesting. If you have the close AM version, or a proof strike in circulation, or a coin with a significant minting error, prices skyrocket. One example sold for $442 recently, and another in pristine condition could reach $500 or even $1,000 at auction depending on demand and rarity. Yes, you heard that right, from 1 cent to $1,000. Why do these coins fetch so much? 9:30. So why would anyone pay hundreds of dollars for a penny? Simple: rarity, demand, and story. Coin collectors are passionate about anomalies. When a coin that shouldn't exist ends up in the wild, it becomes part of a numismatic mystery. Add in the excitement of the hunt, and you've got a market that's willing to pay top dollar for unique pieces of history. Also, with coin collecting more popular than ever and millions of people now turning to YouTube, TikTok, and eBay to learn and buy coins, the competition for rare cents is driving up prices fast. Don't spend it without checking. 10:44. Here's the biggest takeaway: don't spend your 1991 pennies without checking them. You could literally be giving away hundreds of dollars without even knowing it. Check every penny. Use a magnifier. Learn the signs. Compare with online images. You might be sitting on treasure. Fun facts to end with 11:22. Before we wrap up, here are a few quick fun facts. The Lincoln cent is the longest-running design in U.S. coin history. More Lincoln cents have been minted than any other coin in the world. 1995 double-die Lincoln cent sold for over $1,000. Some copper pennies from 1943 are worth more than $100,000. And that's the incredible story of the 1991 ultra-rare Lincoln penny, a small coin with big value and a perfect reminder that history is hiding in our pockets. If you enjoyed this deep dive into coin collecting and want more videos on rare pennies, valuable nickels, or coin hunting tips, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell so you never miss a video. And let me know in the comments, have you ever found a rare coin in your change? Or maybe you're just starting out and want to know where to look next. Drop your questions and stories below. I read every comment. Until next time, keep hunting, keep checking those pennies, and may your next coin be worth way more than face value. Thanks for watching. Would you like me to turn this script into a video format outline with visuals or voiceover cues?